the sun was big and low to the ground.
What does refuge mean to you? A refuge is a place where people escaping domestic abuse and domestic violence can go to feel safe and secure. It's anonymous. It's like any other house in any other street. A refuge is also where people can go to receive the practical support that they need, as well as the emotional support to help them to get their lives back on track. Every person has a different story to tell. Most are traumatic, most are harrowing, all are important. We want you to hear those voices.
Refuge means having a safe place to go, somewhere where people will listen to you, somewhere where you feel safe, somewhere where you can take your children away from an abusive situation and start a new life. My partner was very abusive. I had been strangled on more than one occasion. I knew that my only option was to go into refuge for me and my child. I'm sure I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for refuge being available at that point. I was actually quite fearful of taking my child into refuge because I had no idea of what to expect, but actually she thrived in there. She was very young. She was almost 2 years old. My child was very happy in refuge. All the time you're in a relationship, your mind is taken up by making sure that your perpetrator's happy, dealing with the demands that he requires from you, and you are programmed almost to go along with what he demands. As soon as you go into refuge, it's right from the word go. You know that people are there that understand, and you know that you are being listened to, and you do have a voice and you do have a choice. My future is whatever I choose it to be. I can do what I want to do. I'm free. I can go out when I want. I can get a job. I'm able to do anything I choose.
The safety and well-being of the children that we look after is really at the centre of what we do at SDAS. It's really important for us that the children feel safe and secure when they come into the refuge. This refuge would be a place where they can recover from the trauma that they've experienced. We offer support for them to be able to rebuild the self-esteem that they may have lost, to behave like children and just know who they are. Most of the children that come to us would have seen or heard the domestic abuse. We want them to know that that's not how a normal relationship functions. They don't have to be scared anymore.
You had my heart, I knew it from the start.
Our dream is that every woman should be safe from domestic violence. We've had this dream now for many years, but now the dream is to own our own house, because then that would mean the women would have somewhere safe and our core services could continue. This refuge will help to transform lives and save lives and make so many people's lives so much better.
Owning a refuge will put us in a much better position. It will dramatically reduce our vulnerability, and it will give us a lot of stability. It will ensure long-term safety and survival for some women and children who, if there was no refuge accommodation, could be at risk of serious harm and injury or even death. We would ask you to support our campaign to provide our own refuge. We would ask you to make a donation of any size, or to support our Buy a Brick appeal. We would ask you to buy a brick of £25 for a bronze brick, £100 for a silver brick, or £1,000 for a gold brick. For bigger sponsors, we would encourage you to sponsor a room within the refuge. For a donation of £5,000 to £10,000, you could have your name on the kitchen, on the playroom, on a bedroom. It is absolutely crucial that more refuge accommodation is provided to meet the needs of women and children who ask for our help every year. Unfortunately, we can't support everybody who needs refuge accommodation. Could you turn someone away? Please ensure that we can help those who need our support and our accommodation.